Good day, my comrades, my Russian brothers, and any American who may by chance be watching your open broadcast. My name is Ivan Trushnut, former KGB agent. I, along with about a dozen other agents, were rounded up by American FBI in coordination with NSA and CIA, and trying to waterboard us and using other forms of inspiration to have us rat out our former comrades in the spycraft, and not being successful, they strike a deal with us. We now live in undisclosed location, but not next door to Dick Cheney. He's too big a dickhead to live next to. But part of the agreement, we get to make 2 or 3 times a week broadcast to Russia. What we do is we get news from Russia, and we share it back with our brothers in Russia who are not as tuned in to the world scene. I'm going to start this evening with the what we call on a personal note. This is a very short one. American politician, very optimistic. Yes, optimistically stupid. Then, another, on a personal note, people who never learn to tell the truth make the best lawyer. People who never learn the difference between a lie and the truth come from a gene pool carrying an inherent propensity for becoming a politician, and using that gene pool to drown his or her constituents in the end. I hope everybody in Russia, as well as anywhere else in the world, who may be able to catch what I'm saying, is in good health. Even our enemies, we wish good health to. If we don't want to destroy or kill a weakling, there is no honor in taking down a weakling. Okay. On another personal note, I might add also that what we are doing today, because of incidences here at the compound, we were unable to do our usual broadcast, so this broadcast is going to run long, so it's going to probably be split into 2 or 3. How many is that? Oh yeah, in America that's 3, in Russia that's as many as you want it to be. Anyway, it's going to be broken into 2 or 3 segments. On a personal note, we former Russian, now Neo-American, have foolproof way to make America inconceivably richest country in the whole universe. Sorry, black rapper man, this whole means entire, not who-ha to plunder. Or where was I? Oh yeah, foolproof way to make U.S. richest country in the whole universe. Levy an irreversible stupidity tax on U.S. three branches of government. No exceptions. We'd be drowning, in America, we'd be drowning in money. Alternative plan is to sell hunting licenses to hunt crooked lobbyists. That's worth $1,000 trillion right there just for broadcast rights to the hunt. And I humbly volunteer to count the money. Oh, it was a lovely day today, kind of like threatening to rain, kind of threatening to have some lightning. But, everything that threatened Russia, we kill. Except the weather, because, there's no percentages in trying to kill a cloud. We tried. Okay, let's see what we got here. This little bit of sharing is what we like to call, in honor of all the wonderful, wonderful liberals in America, we like to call it, let's just hug it out. Yes, me and two Russian friends are starting a domestic travel service for Europeans who have an inquisitive curiosity as to why U.S. has so many more times murder than Europe country. It's called Urban Trek. Urban Trek. Our European adventurers get to visit seven different inner city environments on the travel tour. Each adventure starts at 12 midnight in an anticipatory, gleeful group of two or three or two or less. Our customer began a 12-block trek to the downtowns of the beautiful U.S. inner cities, where they are free to dine, to get a snort. We mean like a drink, not up the nose snort here. Shop, or join in any localized looting, or just get to know the essence of the colorful characters. While doing so, they'll be carrying a boombox with a mixtape with inner city favorites like When Johnny Comes Marching Home, Mammy by Al Jolson, very fine Jewish singer, the theme song from Sanford and Son, and of course, Dixieland. You make BFFs almost immediately. You do these things, or you play those tunes, you're going to have BFFs all over your ass. If the urban trekkers, when they make it to their end, to the end of the happy sojourn, we pick them, what's left of them, up. We pick them, what's left of them, up. Or if they go under their own powers, they get in beautiful, fully refurbished stretch limousines to return them to their hotels, where they indubitably will gleefully share their adventures with the police, the paramedics, grief counselors, and fellow urban trekkers. Yeah, we charge good money for them to have an experience, and They get that experience with our urban trekkers, well, whatever it is, it's wonderful. We like to call it a package, but then we get all the penis jokes, so we try to not call it the urban trek package. I can just imagine the stories of sheer delight they will tell once swelling goes down around their lips as they prep for slumber and dream of the tomorrow's next big inner city trek. Of course, urban trek assumes no liability for any harm or damage done to urban trek customers. Physical, emotional, financial, poop hole harm are no exceptions. Especially the poop hole harm, no exception. Of course, all adventurers are fully paid in advance, and sorry, absolutely no refunds. I remember telling my wife one time, well, she's not wife any longer. She wised up, find out I'm not that nice a guy. Anyway, I told her to be careful, never to intentionally drive down the town in the inner city, anywhere is near when the sun is going down, because, I don't think the people of the inner city, they like the white Russian that much, except perhaps as they drink. Now, what we have next to share with our Russian comrades, besides all the love in our hearts, of the kindness we can muster for them in our thoughts, we have the confessions of a Russian spy. I don't want to say what specific spy it is, but it is somebody I know pretty well. I must admit, though, rather reluctantly, that I, while on LSD, tried to teach half dozen or so U.S. State Department officials to fly an invisible plane hovering just outside open window on 10th floor of a government building. To my amazement, they all became instant successful pilots. And each one fly off and away in invisible planes. It still amazes me. That was some good acid, by the way. Not till morning when I, this is embarrassing to say, but when naked self find me on the first floor window sill ledge, all covered in pigeon poop, that I realized the State Department official were actually a bird. I now know that kind of bird is being pigeon. It came to me in rush of thought, damn Yankees, how are we Russians going to beat enemy with the geniuses disguised like that? It's a genius disguises. And that's just from those little sissies over at the State Department. Oh, it's amazing. Just simply amazing. The things you learn in the spycraft world. Of course, that wasn't me, because, I'm allergic personally to pigeon poop and to any kind of poop that comes out of the State Department. And in the last few years with Mrs. Clinton and John Kerry, there's been a lot more than pigeon poop coming out of there. They can produce that pigeon poop faster than the pigeons can. So for all you out there who love Kerry and Clinton, you can start hating me right now because I'm not too fond of them. But they're always good for laugh. And once again, they're going to have a what we call on a personal note. We Neo-Americans from Mother Russia laugh until tears from eyes dehydrate all our body fluids when we hear old American cry about 20 million illegal aliens. We have to take over government, and that happened for sure after that happened for sure after 1 or 2 terms for Hillary. You beg us to take over then, and we stop Mexico passive-aggressive invasion too. You're gonna like it under the Russian control. And my handlers, who are going to be the handlers of my friends when they arrive to the compound, they're gonna love it a lot better when we have them under our control than we love it with them under, well, if I get this right, with we being under their control. English language is a difficult thing to work around. Yes, if we run the richest country in the world, we do it smart way. Yeah, we ask Canada how much it take. $1 trillion, 2, 3, $4 trillion to have you invade Mexico? Keep our hand clean. Canadian nice people. Nice people have a higher bribe price to sell out the morals. Probably why U.S. elected official, not such nice scumbags, but they come cheap. Yeah. For the cost of 1 Canadian official to get in your back pocket, you can buy 100 American politicians. Of course, you don't get an exclusive deal with them either, because they have another 1,000 people who are bribing them too. So they probably in the long run are making more money than anybody who's a crook in Canada. Because the Canadian, even though they have some crook, they're very more selective. That's the sound of real money, when the money was real here in America. No longer. The only thing that backs the American dollar now is the citizens of America's imagination and delusions. Fortunately, the delusions and imaginations are pretty strong. But someday when they become disenchanted, that value will go to zero. On a personal note, we Russians are very knowledgeable about history in and about our mother Russia. You know, in Afghanistan until 20th century, if Afghani man shoot and kill another man, when he get caught, his rifle was put on trial by the tribal elders. Yes, gun on trial, not killer, gun. How stupid and backward is that? What country could top that kind of stupendous stupidity? Oh yeah, I in such a country. In America, a man kill another man with a gun, American justice system, aka tribal elders, they don't put rifle on trial, not like the Afghani, no, they don't put rifle on trial. No, they even mow backwards. They put company that manufacture that rifle on trial. American kangaroo court judicial systems are genius. Yeah, genius. Genius at being absolute biggest idiot. You know, you gotta be a genius at something. Genius at being absolute biggest idiot on planet. What else could next in evolution of American judicial system? What to come next? What come next in evolution of the American judicial system? Man use rifle to kill another man? And who gets hauled into the court? Forest for supplying wood for rifle stock? Mountain for producing iron to turn into steel used in gun? Mines for supplying lead and copper to make cartridge? That's bullets for you girls out there. Why not sue God for making all this stuff that human turn into gun? Sorry, God. Ahead of time. Silly SOBs be hauling you in the court pretty soon now that I said that. Well, just maybe God won't make so many silly brain and silly people who 120 years ago and further back wouldn't live to the age of 10. No, and further back than that, if they did make it past the age of 15 or 16, they would only be used to bait the animals in to kill them. They would then intentionally have the bait human being killed, but sometimes, you know, accidents do happen. But it would be their contribution to the tribe or the colony, because they wouldn't be manly enough to go out there and bring food back to the cave for the tribe on their own. I know that is harsh. That is a harsh way of looking at things, but when you see the stupid laws that they have in this country, you know, we don't have to go to war with America, because America